Hello and welcome to Sunday Live with Silvia. It is I, Silvia with an I, coming to you from my space station floating above beautiful Eastbourne by the sea. And it's great. It's great to be here with you. I'm looking forward to what this Sunday Live will bring. So I was looking at my box, as I always do, enter the title for that which you haven't yet done, which is always a wonderful challenge. And I thought, oh my God, I need a good idea. At which point, something there in the back of my mind started to laugh and said, okay, let's do it about good ideas. Wow, how to have good ideas. Good morning, Wendy. And how I'm glad that you are here, because I'm going to give you a shout out and congratulate you very much on being our very newest starmatrix master. And there's fewer than 50 of those on the planet at this point. So many, many congratulations. And of course, you can now go around. I'm just going to use that. Going to go around and say, please step aside, let me through. I'm a starmatrix master. Thank you. Step aside. There's a new sheriff in town. I don't know why I thought this when I posted the congratulations image for the very first time, that the 8-pointed star looks like a sheriff's badge. But I thought that was jolly good fun. So many congratulations, and I'm really glad you enjoyed it. Good morning, dear Marianne and Julie Elizabeth Rose. Ah, that's lovely. Thank you so much. Good morning, Silvia. Sending you sunbeams galore. Ah, soaking them in from all directions, below, around, above, stars and suns everywhere. Ah. And of course, wherever any of us is, that happens to be the center of the universe, which is cool. Thank you for that, Julie. Marianne says, congratulations, Wendy. Carol Ann Cattrall, who's also a Star Matrix Master, is with us. Good morning. Good morning, Silvia. Star Matrix Master coming through. And good morning. Good morning, Ilka. Lovely. Wonderful Sunday. Yes, a wonderful Sunday to you too, my dear. And a shout out, another shout out while we're here. My free ebook, Revolution, which is spelled peculiarly, but I like it because it's really an evolution, not a revolution, is explains modern energy. And if you're new to this and you don't know what it is, please download the free copy. And it is just being translated into Turkish and into German by dear Ilka. Ilka's translating Revolution into German. Thank you so much for doing that. That's going to be really helpful to explain to the Germans what we are all about and what we do, the basic principles, so that people can know this free of charge and make up their own minds whether there is something good in modern energy for them. And Katerina Kalchenko contacted me last night and said she would like to translate it into Russian. So Revolution is going to be available in English, German, Turkish, and Russian. Brilliant. Love it. Love it. Good morning to Lorna from a beautiful sunny Scotland. Well, I very much appreciate that you are here with me, Lorna, this morning, rather than going gardening or going for a walk, which is where I suspect a lot of people are, as the weather's just coming nice and, you know, the joys of spring are emerging, which is good fun. Wendy says, good morning, Silvia and all, and Lorna says, well done, Katrina, and well done, Ilka. Yes, absolutely. Send them some translation support vibes. We have a program to make it a little bit easier to translate things. This is an invention by me and Alex Kent. It's called the Rosetta device, and it allows for easier translations, but I also write things so that they are easier to translate, so clearer and shorter, and sentences not too long, which helps with the translation. Ooh, who have we here? Hello there, NK Chomo from Kuala Lumpur. Wonderful. What's the weather like in Kuala Lumpur, my friend? I wonder. And we have Mr. Stott. Good morning, everyone, he says. Yeah, so getting into it, the good ideas. It is just as I was typing this morning, I thought, yeah, I mean, this is what we need, isn't it? A good idea. Any problem at all in the universe, personal problem, health problem, financial problems, all kinds of problems. What they all need is a good idea how to either solve them or, and I prefer that, to start moving in the right direction. Just move off, get going, start something, an investigation or something new to try. See, this is the thing with old problems, isn't it? You need to find, you've tried loads of things many times, and sometimes it worked a little bit and then the problem came back, and sometimes it just didn't work at all other times, and these are the ones that I hate. You have to put so much willpower into making this thing happen that you just get exhausted and just go, oh God, and then the problem comes rushing back, like trying to fix a dike with sandbags, but the tide never goes away. And so yeah, thinking about it, which I am this morning, I think good ideas are really the answer, aren't they? Hey, what's Ilka saying? I'm translating the starmatrix book, but wanted already Alex to ask to translate Revolution. Okay. Yeah, sorry about that. I thought you were working on Revolution as well. But yeah, I think it'll be nice to have Revolution in different languages, because there are a number of good ideas in Revolution. Not just one, but a number of them. It all starts, of course, with the basic good idea. What if energy was actually real? What if all these people who've been thinking and talking and dedicating their lives to this invisible substance, spirit, shall we call it, over the millennia of humanity, what if all these people weren't actually deluded at all, and there was something real to this concept of energy? Now, that's an idea, isn't it? Isn't that an idea? That's a good idea. I think that's a good idea, to wander this, to start a new investigation. Ooh, hobby horse. Okay. Yeah, so I got to thinking about, before I get into that, I have got my little lucky star today from last week. We were talking about luck and how to be luckier and what that means. And it was really cool, really interesting. And if you haven't seen that Sunday Live, I recommend it. It's really nice to feel more lucky and to get rid of old beliefs. I never win anything or whatever, So I made a couple of lucky stars, and this is the other one. This is the other one, the bigger one. It's become a cupcake, a lucky star cupcake. But you can see what my little one looks like better. Hey, hello, are you feeling lucky? Actually, yes, I'm feeling very lucky. I'm feeling blessed by the universe. Let's see what happens next. Hang on, what's Wendy saying? My making a good energy idea happen has been fast. Yeah, right. Fast trauma support. Yeah. See, yeah, I mean, this is another thing with good ideas, really good ideas, is they are so inspiring. They just rocket you up the Sue scale, the modern energy chart, and you are inspired to take action. And I call this inspired action. On our energy chart, we've got at +5, we got that little worker man. And that's the man who's not working hard in the trenches and hates his life, but that's the person who's been inspired into action, to take action. Why? And see, there's this big difference between having these vague ideas and these, oh yeah, that might be nice, or I could do that, or I might do that, or yeah, I'll consider that. And eureka! Oh my God, this is a brilliant idea. Even as I'm saying this, you can feel this uplifting, this instant uplifting of wow, as you have got the energy to get off your ass and actually do something. That's that big threshold shift between +3 and +5, because there's loads of people who have good ideas all the time. And they're sitting there on their ass having good ideas, and that doesn't get you anywhere. In order to jump up and have that physical energy to go ahead and build something, create something, do something new or different, or something that will change your life, you need that real power, that real kick up, not the keister, the kick up the Sue scale. And a good idea is exactly what that gives you. Exactly what that gives you. A really good idea, a brilliant idea, a fantastic idea, a high-level idea. And so I'm thinking, okay, every problem needs a brilliant idea to solve it, a breakthrough, a threshold shift, a eureka. A good idea, in other words, a really good idea. Powerful idea. Call it a star idea, right? Might as well. I'm surrounded by stars here. Stars are everywhere, behind me, around me. I put one on this morning. Yeah, call it a star idea. A star idea. Good morning, Janine. A star idea. So it occurs to me, we should investigate or find out how we do that, how we have brilliant brilliant ideas, how that works. What is the process to generate a brilliant idea? Morning, Rod. See, just put that one up. I'm definitely at level 5 at the moment. I just keep smiling to myself all day. Yeah, you've also started writing your book, haven't you? And there's that action part of the brilliant idea, is to, we can think about all sorts of things, but it doesn't, it needs more than that. I just clicked on that by accident. Okay. Wendy says, when star ideas come and the universe is involved, it just seems to happen. Yeah, it seems that way because, look, when we get energy higher, the higher we are, the more the universe works in sync with us, or should we say, and I think this is important, it's not that. We are more in sync with the universe. The higher we go up on the energy chart, the more connected we are to everything around us. And so it looks as though the universe is smiling at us. But actually, the universe is just sitting there. The universe is just sitting there smiling all the time. The sun always shines above the clouds kind of thing. It's just sitting there smiling away. It's just that when we get high enough, we get through the clouds and we see that and we go, oh, wow, I'm blessed. So, yeah, the inspiration of a good idea rockets us up the Sue scale, up through the clouds, and there's the sunshine, which was there all along, but, we just needed that extra boost to get us up really high high enough to start taking action. And that's really the thing, isn't it? It's really the thing. So I took some action yesterday. I started the starmatrix channel, and that is going to be designed for just telling star stories, basically. Telling star stories. This is a revolution in the way I kind of do things. While you're there, guys, while I'm there, I'm going to very much ask you, good morning, Paul, hiya. Well, I'm going to ask you to send some positive energy to my news channel here, our new channel. Okay, I'm starting telling some star stories, but I'm totally hoping that people will come along and write some star stories in the comments, perhaps, or make a video that I can post up on the channel too, that we start a collection of star stories. If you're feeling a bit down or a bit miserable, you can go to that channel and listen to a star story or two and come away with a new idea, or, being a little inspired, or importantly, a star memory of your own has kicked off, got triggered. And yeah, so please send some positive vibes to my Star Matrix channel, which isn't ready to go yet. I'm still waiting for that inspirational kick of action. I'm waiting for inspiration to go and record the intro and record the first star story. And I haven't felt inspired to do that. How interesting. Okay, let's just take that back. Thank you very much for sending it some love across time and space so that it'll do something. Cool. Thank you. Thank you from my heart. Because I think star stories are important. They're massively important. We need to hear more star stories from all sorts of different people, from all sorts of diverse backgrounds. If we ever want to connect with people who aren't us, who haven't lived our lives, who haven't got our hair color or whatever, if we ever want to really connect to them, we will connect to them, not through their tales of misery and suffering, but through their star stories, which actually reveal who these people really are. And there we actually learn something. Oh, yes, hallelujah to star stories. I could go on for hours. It's way beyond positive vibes as well. Man. Paul says, could we have the link, please? Not yet, because I haven't got anything on the channel yet. I will do something, and hopefully next Sunday I will have a link to post, which would be great. Also, YouTube has this thing that your channel needs 100 subscribers so you can give it its name. Under 100 subscribers, you can't give it a name, it's just a number. So I'm going to do it next Sunday and then try and promote it so it'll get 100 subscribers for the Sunday after that. I have a plan. Oh my God, I have a plan. Dearie me. It's another thing with those good ideas and higher energy states, is that you have got more forward vision of where you want to be. You kind of have an idea how things are going to work out and what you should be doing next, which is also good. Cool. So yeah, here's what I'm excited about right now. The idea behind Star Matrix is that we look to our star memories to get some guidance on how things are done right. Not for other people, for yourself, how you do that. So I think the logical way forward here is to remember a time when you had a really good idea, which caused you to take action. Literally, you couldn't sit still. You had to jump out of your chair, jump out of the lotus position, and actually do something. call somebody, um, start a YouTube channel, whatever it was that you actually did as a result of this. I keep using that word actually. If we counted that, how many times I've said that as in the last, I don't know, 20 minutes. Wow. That's probably because I'm wanting to be clear that good ideas, really good ideas, star ideas, they come with action. They come with action. They get actualized. They actually make a change in your life. And I find this really interesting because, like, if you say you want to make a change in your life, people will say to you, oh, you've got to deal with your childhood trauma. That'll do it. They might say you have to give up something that you enjoy, and that will make a change in your life. They will say you have to start doing something that you hate, and that will be your savior. That will make a change in your life. But the fact is that what really changes your life is a good idea. A star idea. A star idea changes your life. It does. Life is never the same after than it was before. And I love that. I'm just getting tingles here because I'm remembering all sorts of things. And something that here it is good that I'm old and wise. It doesn't matter if it worked out in the end as you thought it might. This is important. There may be people among us who had a start, like me, right? So I had this brilliant idea. This has just come to me to write this energy poetry book with energy symbols called For You a Star. And the idea was that if somebody was down or depressed, they take the book and they look through it and be inspired and uplifted by it in some way. That would be good for their energy system, like sort of energy vitamins in the form of a book. And my aspect was very excited about that idea. She immediately went into action and did all the drawings and wrote all the 55 poems, and how they were awesome. I thought they were awesome. I still think they're awesome, actually. Really excited about it. Wrote a wonderful sales page for it. And oh God, her idea was that these would be sold in the gift shops in hospital. So that instead of buying, I don't know, grapes for a person who's in hospital, you can give them this book, little book, and they have something to look at and just inspire themselves while they're in hospital. Or if you've got a relative in an old people's home, you give them that as a gift. So it'd be doing something nice, or for Mothering Sunday. And my aspect really thought, these would be flying off the shelves, and there'd be like these endless presses printing For User Stars, and really bringing the sparkling stars of happiness and healing and inspiration to the world. And what happened was that we sold about three or four copies of it, and it just didn't come to anything at all. It didn't do what I wanted it to do. It didn't succeed. From the heart point of view, the project was a failure. And here we need to start starmatrix thinking. We need to start starmatrix thinking. Just because the project was a failure in the heart doesn't in the slightest take away from the excitement, from the intention, from the joy the aspect had when it was doing this project. And it did change the aspect's life because she was working on For You a Star and not on whatever else she could have been doing at the time. She was doing that, And so her life did change. And to this day, I still love For You a Star. I think it's a brilliant idea. A little too esoteric for its time, perhaps, or I don't know what went wrong with it. But it's connecting. See, I'm now connecting not with the sadness of the failure of For You a Star. I'm connecting with the joy of it, the intention of it, this wholehearted desire to reach out to people and give them something that would help them, that would inspire them. Oh, it was a brilliant idea. And it was a wonderful idea. And just because it didn't work out doesn't mean it wasn't a wonderful idea. And I know that every single person who is sitting here listening to me today, tomorrow, in 100 years from now, has had these brilliant ideas, and they may not have worked out as you'd hoped and dreamed, or as you'd planned, or as you had expected. And I think that by focusing on the failure of these things, we are getting away from the ability or the desire or the excitement of the new ideas, of the star ideas. That we are like, oh, it's like some person who's been unlucky in love many times, and they've now given up on love, and they're sitting in their dungeon and growling and there's no such thing as love, blah, 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 blah. And it becomes ever less likely that any form of love will be found like that, but with the star ideas. So I think that the first step to having more brilliant ideas is to go back and directly connect with that excitement of the aspects who had a star idea and all bright-eyed and bushy-tailed, no holds barred, went forward and did something. Don't matter what came out of it at the end. Doesn't matter. Let's connect with the aspects who had that bright idea. Wendy says, I'm guessing this is about For You a Star. It's still a brilliant idea. Was it just the timing was not aligned? Oh, I don't know. Let's not get into why projects fail. Oh, God. See, there we can spend a lifetime analyzing the failure of For You a Star. And I don't want to do that. I'm tired of analyzing problems. So what, it didn't work as I expected it. It don't matter. Let's have bright ideas. Let us act upon them. They work or they don't work. Who cares? Let's have some more bright ideas. Perhaps when people weren't as excited about For You a Star as my aspect was, my aspect got depressed and stopped promoting it and stopped taking the action that was needed to make it successful. She just got depressed and gave up, and so what, And then how long did it take to spool up before the next bright idea? And how many bright ideas might there have been in the interim if that had not happened? See, I want to detach the experience of the bright ideas, the star ideas, from their outcomes. I want to detach that, just cut it off, because the eureka, oh my God, I got an idea. That in and of itself is, well, the gift, the blessing, the wonderment, whatever you want to call it. And I would love to I see what Wendy's saying there. I don't believe in failure, just opportunity to learn. Well, I'm thinking now might be the perfect time to treat the world with it. What For You a Star? Oh, God. Well, Roberta Ann said, I remember for you a star. I did not understand it back then, but after Star Matrix, it makes more sense. Yeah, perhaps we have to have Star Matrix running for 120 years and then it becomes some kind of holy book. Who knows? Wouldn't that be nice? I won't be around to see it. So again, this is also immaterial. What's important? See, let's go back to Wendy's here. Wendy says, opportunity to learn. Well, let's learn more about the bright ideas. Let's learn more about the star ideas. Let us connect to that moment when the aspect had the idea, when our past self, for any newbies, had that idea that was so inspiring, so exciting. And I'd like you to just join me and do that for a moment. Do heart position if you like. Take a deep breath and just connect with a past self that was super inspired to start something that and caused it to start something new. Super inspired. Just see if you can manage to not bring in the misery of whatever happens next. Let's leave that in the cellar of misery where it belongs and just rise above that and go to that place high up where that aspect was, dancing with delight. Just, oh, this is a brilliant idea. I love this. A star event of having that inspiration. If you just even vaguely connect with that, say to yourself and everyone else who's listening, I want more star ideas in my life. I want to have more star ideas. Just, I do. With all my heart. More. Many, many more. Because the outcome is immaterial. It's in the act of having these ideas that we actually evolve. And it doesn't really matter what kind of bucket of fish the heart throws over the physical manifestations of it. It doesn't matter. You've had the idea, you've taken the action. Awesome. That's the hallmark of a person who creates reality. You must have heard this thing that many successful business people, if not all of them, the ones that weren't born with a silver spoon in their mouth, with millions of pounds, that they've had loads of failures in business, loads. And just went on and had the next bright idea and acted on the next bright idea. I don't think any successful person ever sat around and dug in the misery and analyzed what had gone wrong and blah, blah, blah. They just got the next good idea and went and acted on it. And sometimes it works or sometimes it doesn't, but it's at the end of the day, if it fails or if anything fails, well, you can have another bright idea and have fun in acting it. That's another thing that springs to my mind here. You always hear, I just thought of the Yorkshireman sketch there, but you always hear of the old millionaires saying, oh, we had so much fun when we were just, selling cakes out of the back of a lorry at the car boot sales. Life was great back then. And yeah, any kind of inspired action of the time is what makes life great. Not really God, my mind's going absolutely nuts here. I mean, I'm just... Take a deep breath, Silvia. But it's so true. Rosebud, Citizen Kane, the rich man with all the treasures in the universe in the heart that you can collect, being miserable and lonely and thinking back on his youth when he was happy. Oh man, if we can detach these outcomes from our ideas and experiences, we will have many, many more brilliant ideas. And we may even learn how to direct our star ideas. They say, I need a star idea for this particular problem. Like in my case this morning, like what to write in the box. Oh, I need an idea. Perhaps it wasn't a star idea, but it certainly was a good idea. And it's making me smile. And I will remember this live stream particularly for this connecting to the aspects and shedding the dark cloak of multiple failures once and for all, and realizing, letting that fall slide off our shoulders as we're sort of rising up, and realizing that it's that state of excitement when you've had a good idea. That is what you'll remember when you're old and grey and dusty. That's what you'll remember. Just like the plane crash survivors are not remembering the trauma. In the bright ideas, in the star ideas section, we're only going to remember how much fun it was when we had that idea and all of a sudden action just happened as if by magic. Whew, and that makes me shiver through and through and through and through. Ah, that's a very interesting thing to have said. Janine, I appreciate your fine mind, may I say. We are each writing our own holy book. Yes, we are. Yes, the book of stars. Each one writes their own book of stars. And it's a perfect hard metaphor for our life's journeys, really, isn't it? Yeah. Thank you for that. It's wonderful. Janine says, my dad used to always ridicule me for not being able to stick with one thing. Still does, actually. Stick with one thing. Well, if I stuck with one thing, we wouldn't have anything. Nothing in modern energy. We wouldn't have the Sue scale. We wouldn't have the modern energy chart. We wouldn't have starmatrix. We wouldn't have supermind. We would have nothing. Thought flow, emo, sixth sense. Not a damn thing. I love, and I realized this as I was talking. I love having the good ideas, the star ideas. I love that state. When it gets draggy or boring or tedious or people are I just lose interest in it and I'll just look for the next bright idea. This is true. Don't know if this is a character flaw of mine or whether I'm on the right track with it and it just needs a little adjustment to be a fine practical thing that even works out in the hard. Who knows? Who knows? But I certainly appreciate all those moments of woohoo that I have experienced, that my aspects have experienced, and that I think is a category of star events that I treasure particularly. And so for me, good ideas are absolutely the bee's knees. Star ideas are awesome because they inspire the action. Because they inspire the action. Activate me to get up and do something rather than just think about it. That's how I am too. As soon as the energy is gone, there's no point to it. Exactly. Right. Well, perhaps future projects we can be more, I don't know, aware of where there's energy drains occurring and fix them and re-energize the project if we want to. I mean, I don't know. Or that's a good idea. Ask for a star idea to get the project to its next level. That's interesting. That's interesting. Oftentimes projects do become boring and drain away. But when we notice this, we can notice this now rather than letting it just happen. And we could ask for something to re-energize the project, or not just re-energize, take it to the next level. Perhaps there's another level that the project needs to go to, or that the project was just, the original project was like a milestone or a mile marker, and then a shift needed to occur to make it into what it was supposed to become. Don't know if I'm making sense here. Let's see what Martin has to say. I have many interests. I find I delve very deeply into whatever I'm interested at that particular time. Yeah, that's following the fascinations. That's the right thing to do. But fascinations, they're one thing. Just these star ideas. Oh my God, I've just had an idea. I've had an idea. I'm going to start a new takeout chain. Hey, quite good fun, quite good fun. Yeah, let's, I'm going to ask you and invite you all to start having some bright ideas, some star ideas, to look at your old problems and say, do you know, just one star idea would cause a breach in this dam of this old problem. Just one star idea could cause an evolution, a revolution into a whole new state of being. That's an Ilori's Joy reference for those amongst us who know what that is. Good ideas. We need more good ideas. So next time somebody asks you, so how can we save the world? Oh, good ideas will do that. How can we heal this problem? We just need a good idea. Perhaps we need a foundation that pays people to have good ideas. Like, I've noticed that a lot of problems were solved by somebody putting up a load of money and starting a competition. That was quite funny. You know, like the guy that made the clock to make navigation by sea more accurate. That sort of thing. Yeah. We should encourage ideas, star ideas in particular. We should do the opposite of what normally happens or seems to happen. Somebody has a good idea, and the first thing that everybody does is just throw a bucket of fish all over it. Yeah, I've got a brilliant idea. I'm going to start a website. Yeah, you've said that a million times before. Well, yeah, the other 50 websites you've started, they haven't done anything. Yeah, why do you even bother? You know you're going to fail. Just look at your history of failure. You failure upon failure. Don't know why you even try. Or, hey, I'm going to start a new website. I've had a brilliant idea. Oh, that's nice, dear. That's nice. You go along now. Yeah, you play with that. There. You'll soon be back here. You know. Yeah, that's the kind of attitude. Be quite funny to retrain people to have different attitudes, people having good ideas. And encouraging them. Tell me about your good idea. Man. Right, imagine this. A whole new class of professional helper people. And what you do is, when you've had a good idea, you do not talk to your mother. You do not talk to your family. You do not talk to your best friend. You go and run to this counselor person and you say to them, I've had a brilliant idea. And this counselor person kind of goes, tell me everything about it. Tell me more. And what else is there? And actually making these hand gestures, to bring forth your energy flow. And what else is good about it? Oh, this is amazing. Tell me everything. 55 minutes of that. And then this person can go home and be fortified when they come back to their family. Love it. That would make a big difference, wouldn't it? Ah, dear. We have a lot of things that are lying totally undiscovered on the positive wing of the modern energy chart. Like, they used to find potato-sized lumps of gold just lying in the grass in the California gold fields. That is my representation of the positive side of the Sue scale, the things that happen there, the things that we can do expect experience. And nobody's been there. I don't know where they've been, but the potato-sized lumps of gold are still lying in those Californian gold fields, as they did when the very first people walked in there and went, wow, I bend down once and I'm a millionaire. Ha! Ah, fun. Let's see what we've got here. Sounds as though elements of you, a star, will feature on the starmatrix channel Energized. Yeah. Yeah, good. Stories of good ideas. I mean, if somebody tells you the story of a good idea and you don't sit there with this hat on of having to smash down, do your best to smash them down into the ground, grind them into dust, because somehow this is going to help them. This is a widely held belief amongst people, for whatever bizarre reason, that you mustn't encourage flights of fancy, excitement, exuberance, bright ideas, attempts at making something wonderful, but that you somehow must grind people down, and that is somehow good for them. This is clearly not the truth. This is not how we change the world. This is not how we save the world. This is certainly not how we evolve. We want to be encouraging people, help bring out the best of them, keep them as energy high as possible. You know, the more they have to give. Simples, so simples. So yeah, guys, are you going to be joining me in asking your dear energy mind, the universe, whoever you want to ask, to have more brilliant ideas about absolutely everything? Opening yourself up to brilliant ideas. And if you don't want to talk about them to your loved ones, by all means, tell us on the GOE members group. I promise you, we are not going to point out where you are completely deluded or try and bring you down. We're just going to say, awesome, tell us more. I think that would be a wonderful thing. Yes, star ideas. Step 1, remember times when you were super excited about star ideas. Step 2, connect with that energy. Oh man. Step 3, literally ask the powers that be, please give me more star ideas. Let me find out how to have more star ideas. And, just a flowering of star ideas. That would be beautiful. Okay, my lovelies, thank you so much for being here with me today. Just quick one here. What he got here? Ilka says, I'm really blown away. You gave me a solution for a problem I had my whole life. I had a lot of ideas, but many of them seem to... Okay. Cool. Yes. Nourish my aspects by giving energy and happiness. Often I haven't had the idea to bring them to an end. And now that's also interesting. Now, I used to throw my unsuccessful projects in the bin in disgust. You were wrong again, you stupid aspect. This didn't work. And that was really sad. What I should have done was to look at the project, reconnect with the original excitement, and say, okay, now give me a bright idea of what I should be doing next with this project. And I pretty much guarantee that none of them will ever be thrown in the bin in disgust. Something else, a different way of thinking will come. A different idea will manifest. An evolution, perhaps. Who knows? Yes. I wish the world many, many, many more star ideas and many more people who have star ideas and start to spark and start to become active and do something and give it a go. If you never give up, never surrender, then you cannot lose. You can't lose. Exciting times. Lots and lots of love to you. I look forward to seeing you again for Sunday Live with Silvia next week. Hopefully it will be the celebration for the starmatrix YouTube channel. So that will be fantastic to see you back here and add your energy. And I really mean that. It's important to me and it helps me. It helps me stay on track, stay energized, and keep at it. Lots and lots of love to you. Star sparkles. And I see you again next week. Bye for now. Good ideas, star ideas.